welcome back in, guys, to the... What episode is this? I don't even know.
This is like the
fourth, fifth? I don't know. Fifth? That sounds about right. Welcome to the fifth ever...
Should I look it up?
Yeah, let's look it up before we actually do the intro.
Guys,
hold on. We took a break last week.
We did take a break.
Work has been stressful.
It has. It really has.
I just need a breather. We both needed a breather. Oh. Still looking. Episode.
It's after,
episode 5. Okay,
episode
welcome
5.
back into the fifth ever podcast of 52518. This is your co-host Connor,
and this is your co-host Anthony here.
And today we're gonna be talking about past jobs and stories involved with our current job, our past jobs, just that kind of realm of conversation.
Yes, of course. And I just want to say that I'm really glad to be back here with you guys today. You know, last week we didn't post anything. We did post something, but like we didn't record it. It was a pre-recording.
Yeah, the bloopers.
The bloopers.
You've been working on it. It's a dope ass video, man.
I posted that. I hope you guys really enjoyed that little blooper segment. You know, a little something new, something fresh. You know, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But like, it's glad to be back and here, back in the studio and recording this.
Yeah, in the studio, my car.
Back in the car.
Back in the car.
We'll get a studio one day.
One day we'll buy a studio.
Exactly.
But for now, we're in the car.
We're in the car.
In the Starbucks parking lot.
Yeah, Starbucks parking lot.
Because of quarantine.
Yes. But yeah, so like Connor said, we're trying to like come up with like ideas on like what we should talk about, and like we came up with talk about.
This was your idea, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was your idea.
It was just one of the ideas
He came up to me during work and was just like, all right, I got an idea for the next podcast. I was like, oh, okay, what is it? He's like, past jobs.
So I feel like many people like want to relate into that sort of level. You know what I'm saying? Like to like past jobs, you know. Everyone has that one
Everyone's
job.
had a job. Unless you're a rich person, then
then
you can just mooch off your parents, and we're like,
everyone has a job, so everyone can relate in some sort of way. Even if you just like mow the grass, you know, when you're young, or like freaking did chores for your freaking family. You know, everyone had a past job, and in some sort of way, everyone can relate with these sorts of stories that we have and sorts of like issues, you know. And I guess today, like not just past jobs in general, we're gonna talk about more like stories about it, and like bad experiences or funny experience, or like, you know, something about them, you know. Because like considering I don't know how many, like technically I had like 5 jobs, but you know, I'll just say I only had like 3.
I've only had 2, including the one I'm currently in. So
which is Starbucks.
Yeah, which is Starbucks. So
I love you.
Yeah, thank you, Starbucks, our overlords. Thank you.
But many people have like way more job experience than we do.
Yeah, we're young. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, we don't really know nothing. We don't really have like the career type based thing, you know.
True.
But more like
that part time.
Yeah, more like that part time
grind.
Yeah.
Where your legs hurt at the end of the day. But I was thinking about it after you told me about the topic for our podcast, and I was like, how many actual stories can I tell from my past job? Because I have some crazy stories I probably shouldn't even tell. Because there was some stuff like nah. Like if the microphone wasn't here, I'd tell you. But like I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, there's like some like stories that like I don't want to tell either, because it's some sort of way I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because like I still work at this job.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, what you doing here?
Wait, I forgot.
I was talking about my last job. I'm a perfect person here at Starbucks.
It's like I forgot Connor's my manager. Please don't get me fired.
No.
That's why I won't say nothing. But
I mean, like,
for my other jobs,
just like a little example from my last job, because like this one, like Starbucks, I haven't really done anything. There's like, I have some funny stories and that kind of stuff, but nothing like Papa Murphy's. That was my last job, and the people there were not good, just to say the least. Like one night, like we were all like doing our thing, and a whole group of people went into the back and they started snorting caffeine pills.
Oh, yeah. I have to say something else.
No. So no, nothing like, they didn't do nothing like that, but they were doing like, they like crushed up some, and they were like trying to get me to do it. I was like, No.
That's so weird.
I'm
That
not
is
doing.
so weird.
So that is just an example of like the crazy stuff I went through there. So that's like where I have to like walk the line of like, I don't know what I should and shouldn't tell,
Yeah.
because like when we were working there, like I feel like all the people that worked there knew the bosses really, really well. So we could get away with a lot of stuff.
Dang.
Yeah, so there's some crazy things are down in that store, and I'm
Dang.
like, ooh,
Yeah, oh my god, I can't even imagine that, bruh.
it's crazy, man.
That's kids are weird.
Yeah, well, and then like one of them too, like this didn't happen at the store, but like one of the girls they had hired, like she just like drank Dayquil and Nyquil like it was like alcohol.
What?
Yeah.
Just straight up
She just
drinking
drank
it like
yeah.
it's water.
Yeah, just like it was
Oh my
like
God.
just like she like was just needed that high so bad. Yeah, she was resorting to like drinking Dayquil and Nyquil.
Oh my god.
We had some crazy people there. Like it was just a terrible work environment. Like I'm so glad I don't work there anymore. But that's where I was like, you were like, let's talk about our past jobs. I was like,
damn.
okay. We'll see what I can talk about.
Yeah, there is like some stuff we can talk about, some other stuff, you know. Let's say like in case like this, like we become really famous, you know, and like freaking people are like, oh, yo, why are you talking stuff about
did you snort caffeine?
Yeah. why you do that? But like, yeah, not trying to throw each other under the bus and everything like that during this podcast. But
Yeah.
you know, we can just talk about like other like funny moments too, like, you know,
That's
our
true.
workplace, you know, some embarrassing stuff that happened to you, you know. Like,
That's
do you have
true.
anything embarrassing that has ever happened to you in any time?
Embarrassing.
Any embarrassing moments in the workplace?
In the work. Oh man, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, there was one time like this didn't happen. I'm trying to think of something embarrassing that happened to me, but I can't think of anything. But there was one time we were working, and I can't say the person's name, but I asked her to mop the floors, and she dropped the whole like mop bucket. And this is when the lobby was open, so we had customers in there, so the whole lobby was flooded.
No.
Yeah. And so she's trying to like mop it up all slow, and one of the customers got all mad. You know the customer, I'm not gonna say who it is, but you know who he is. And he got all mad. He's like, "That's not how you mop it." And he started mopping, and
He took the mop.
Yeah, like I might
my
have it on my
God.
Snap. I could probably show you
No
the Snapchat
way,
story.
bruh.
But like he just started mopping. He's all like, "Here, let me fix that
Let me
for
show
you."
you how to mop.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
He was
what
like
I
an old
did. I
geezer,
was like,
huh?
yeah,
He
and
was
he's
no-
just like, "Oh, no, that's not how you do it." I was like, "Oh,
Give me the mop.
okay." He's like, "Let me do it," and I'm like, "Okay, sir, I'll let you." Okay, but yeah, here, look. But so, if you can look over and see, he's like, it's all flooded, and he's
like, all
he's just
walking
going.
around,
He's like,
no
let
way.
me mop this for you.
No way.
Yeah.
He actually got it from his seat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because it was
trying to
flooded.
mop,
Yeah, he's
like-
a legend.
oh my god, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
yeah, you guys can't probably see that because you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show you.
Yeah,
but-
because just for like you know privacy for like the customer.
and all that.
Yeah, but yeah, he was just starting to mop around the whole floor. He's not even working. He's just
He's like,
like,
let me show you.
Yeah.
Well, and then he's like, oh, I was like a janitor. I know how to do this.
oh my god.
I was like, okay, you go ahead and do it. I'm not complaining. That's less work I gotta do.
exactly.
But like
it's-
embarrassing stories, like
I don't really have any that
Yeah, do
much
you?
either. I mean, like I did like a lot of embarrassing stuff, but like not really for me. But like I met so many people like that did like that also like did like embarrassing stuff for themselves. Like at Wendy's when I used to work there, there's this like we used to fill up like the Frosty machine, right? And like in the back in like the walk-in cooler, you had like this big bag of like Frosty mix, right? And it was just like just chocolate, vanilla, whichever you want, you know. Just like a big bag, like plastic bag filled with like the liquid of it. I don't know, like the Frosty mix. And like once like we needed someone to like go get it, like someone just pick it up and like go over there, right?
Mhm.
And like there's like this like way of opening it, right? So once you open it, you know, like everything starts like going out, you know, he starts like pouring out of the bag. So there's no way to stopping it, right?
Yeah.
So this one time, this kid, I don't know if he was new or something, because like I barely worked at at Wendy's. I barely worked there because like it was just like part-time job while I was at school also.
Yeah.
And I remember just watching this kid, you know, just open the bag, right? And then like he was just like pouring it in, and I don't know what, but like I feel like the bag, because like you have to lift it up to like pour it in on top of the frosting machine, but like I feel like it just slipped. And it just fell, and like it fell right on top of him, and it just started pouring all over him, bro. All over his face, all over his apron, all over his freaking pants, everywhere. All chocolate mixed frosty all over him. Luckily, like he just like threw it like in the sink or something, like because he had a sink right there, and he just threw it there, and then like he was just covered in. You should see his face, right? He was like all covered in it. Also, he was like, he just looked dead inside.
Dude, that poor
and like
kid.
we were in the middle of a rush too, and no one, like everyone just looked at him and were like, really, bro? Like
you just set us back, man.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's how you like know like people didn't really go like
they didn't care.
Guy. Yeah, they're just like, all right,
bottom of the barrel,
go clean yourself up.
Yeah.
And then he just went to the bathroom, and like I went to go check on him and stuff like that, because like we were like he was chill, I guess, you know, we were cool. And like I just look at him, and he's just like getting paper towels, and he's just like wiping himself with me, and he's just like out here like wiping his face,
my Lord.
like getting the same place with water and paper towels and like wiping his face. But yeah, bro, other than that, you know, we just got him another like apron.
Just like, yeah, here you go.
Here you go, go back to work. But yeah, like that was pretty embarrassing for him, and like there was customers looking at him too doing this while this happened, and I just felt bad for the kid, you know.
Yeah.
Like secondhand
that you could do.
Yeah, like secondhand embarrassment, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I feel that. We're like, I feel for you,
like,
man. I'm sorry.
Our manager's like, we're running a business here. Go clean yourself up.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm trying to think. Like this just popped in from in my mind after you told me that story. But like, there was one time we were working at Papa Murphy's, and the AC was broken.
Yeah.
So I don't know, remember the day, but it was like summertime, so it was really hot out.
Really hot.
And then yeah, I don't know if the heater was blasting or what too, but like the store got up to 91 degrees or something like that. And like I remember like working, and it was just me and this other girl that were working at the time, because we didn't, I mean, it's Papa Murphy's. It's not like super busy or anything like that in the mornings. So we were like getting everything ready, and like there hit a point I almost passed out. It was so hot in the store. Yeah, like it was so bad. Like I had to sit down and like chug a glass of water, because like my boss wasn't doing anything. There wasn't like anything we could do. Like they brought in a fan, but like the fan just blew more hot air around, and it was terrible, man. That was
sucks,
like we were looking up like, is there a way to get out of this? Like, what are my workers' rights to get out of it?
Workers' rights?
Like, I need to get out of this.
This is illegal.
But we were like, there's gotta be something, and they're like, nope, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Like, it's just like, you gotta just go work it.
No, they just don't care about you, you know? Like, I'm glad I work at Starbucks. Like, it's one of the best places to work.
They care about their people. Yeah,
like, even if it's just a fast food, you know, or like, no, not really fast food. Oh, people it's somewhere. Yeah, like Starbucks says they're not fast food, but yeah, pretty much. But like they care about their employees, you know, like even though like we're just like there, you know, and we can just leave when we want. It's not really career wise, but they still care about us, and it's pretty cool. Go to other places, bro. For example, like in Amazon, like I also worked in Amazon, guys. I worked.
Sorry for this guy.
Yeah, I worked at the factory pretty much of Amazon, you know, where like
the delivery kind of.
Yeah. It's like a big department, and it's like the biggest like
the one here in Colorado.
Yeah, the biggest apartment in Colorado, like the whole state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
a huge building if you get to see it.
It's like 1 million square foot or something like that. Something like crazy like that. And I was like, no way, I call it cap, but it's like there's like 4 stories in that, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But working there, you know, it was really big, and like I worked the night shift too. And it was one of the worst things. I woke up like at like 6 p.m. like in the afternoon every day, and then went back to like school like wait, back to school? Wait, sorry, there's this guy
there's this guy that just pulled up in the parking lot, like filling up 2 spots. I'm like, let me lock the doors real quick.
Sorry.
Sorry, we lost our train of thought.
Yeah,
like, just got weird.
Okay,
he's
he
going
left.
off now. That was
Back to
the
school.
weirdest thing. What the?
I'm pretty, we're
Okay.
cutting this off, right?
Nah, dude, we're keeping it in, keeping it all in. Just in case the cops do.
I went back.
No, that was weird though.
Yeah, it was weird.
But anyways, so big building.
Big building. Yes, I didn't go back to school. No, I went home right at 4:30 a.m.
Oh,
every day.
my
So
God.
at 6 p.m. I had to be in there. 4:30 a.m. I left, right, and like it was 10 hours a day. And that includes like for like the lunch and like the
Oof.
minutes you got a break, right?
That's crazy.
So like I remember like I was just like doing like my thing, you know, like I was a stower, which is like pretty much just like if a person orders something, you just like grab the thing, you put it in like a box, and like those boxes are controlled by drones, right? And then eventually like if someone orders something, like they'll have it there, you know, it's already placed like online. And then I worked there like every like 10 hours just like doing that. And like usually, you know, you just like have to go to the bathroom, man, you know, you gotta take a piss,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because like you have like a water bottle there because it was like really hot inside. And like I remember just wearing shorts and like a short sleeve because it was really hot, and like during the summertime. But it was like nighttime too. But like I don't know how it was so hot in there, but it was still hot. But I remember like just drinking a lot of water and I had to really go to the bathroom. And like I asked, you're supposed to in a way ask, but you know there was no one there. You know there's no like usually there's like this superior person up like ahead of you that if you have any questions like you can just call them, right? But there was no one there, so I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, right? And like I went to the bathroom, and then just keep in mind it's like a big department, so like the bathrooms are really far away. They're like you gotta walk like 5 minutes just to get to the bathroom, and like yeah, so like I was just walking and like just taking it like 5 minutes back and forth, you know, and then like I just come back to my station and start doing that, right? Eventually, like throughout the whole night, I was just doing my thing. Eventually, like at the end, there's this guy who just like came by, right, with his like tablet, right, and then he just comes up to me, and then he's all like, well, he goes to everyone, but just to me, bro. He just starts like asking me questions. He's all like, so during 11 p.m. to like freaking what, like 11:15 p.m. like you left your station, right? And like, can I ask, like, what were you doing during this time?
Oh
for
my
15
Lord,
minutes?
that's
and I was just like, yeah, I'll tell you where I was. I was in the bathroom. And then he's like, oh, okay. Do you have like any reason why it was like so long? I was like, yeah, because it's so freaking long. Like it's an apartment store, right?
It's 1 million square feet.
Exactly. I gotta walk my butt like these downstairs and then go to the bathroom. You know, that's what I gotta do. And then he's like, okay, just like remember next time you gotta go to the bathroom, you know, let someone at least know, you know, you know, so because you can like take these minutes will be taken off your paycheck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, I deadass told him I didn't care, bro. Like, well, who was he? Jeff Bezos? No, he wasn't Jeff Bezos. So I just told him straight up. I was like, bro, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. All right, I don't have to ask no one. All right.
Yeah,
if you're gonna like fire me over this little stuff, go ahead, or like suspend me on my check or something like that. Go ahead, bro. But like I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You know, like I'm still here, I'm still working. You're acting ridiculous. You're acting like I do this all the time. And then he was just like, all right, well, I'm just letting you know. He changed his mood. You know, he was like, he had attitude, and then he completely changed his attitude. And then like he just started being like, okay, well, I was just letting you know, just like taking precautions, just making sure you're okay, you're all safe.
Oh, good. That's not it. That's
I was like,
oh my. Yeah, you wouldn't have started with the paycheck thing if.
Exactly, and eventually, like he just left, bro, and like I was just like, I'm done with this, bro. Like it's complete BS. Yeah. Like they don't care about you. They just like think of you as like a robot, pretty much, and like, all right, like we could just dispose you if you like don't follow our things, right? Yeah. Another thing about there, like you couldn't bring your phone inside the facility either. Oh. So, like they had like metal detectors at like all that, like at the end. So if like you would walk out, like they had to like check you, and if you had your phone, they could check your phone, and then you had to
check your phone.
Yeah, they had the right to check your phone because you sound like a waiver when you first started that like if you can't bring your phone inside, and if you do, then they can check it, seeing if like you took any pictures of anything particular.
That's
it's
sketchy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like I remember one time one of my friends brought his phone accidentally and he completely forgot about it. And he went in and all I see him it's like 10 security guards on him.
Oh my!
And then he's
over
like,
a phone.
yeah, and then he's like, and then he's like, oh, I brought my phone, so like that. And they checked his phone. And he told me everything after that. He's like, yeah, they checked my phone and like made me sign some stuff and like. Yeah, I was
That's
like, did you read
ridiculous.
what you signed? He's like, no.
Oh.
And it's like, bro, what if you just like
Just signed away all your rights
yeah,
or
signed
something.
away all your rights so like they can like keep your phone or something. But yeah, I think they changed it now because of this whole like outbreak. Because like my other friend that still works there, like he told me like he can now bring his phone inside.
That's good.
Yeah, and the thing that said like you couldn't listen to no music or nothing while you work. It was just 10 hours
But
of
like,
silence.
see, that's just ridiculous. I feel like out of all the businesses, that would be the perfect place for like to allow like
Music,
workers to have
yeah.
like AirPod, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
something.
anything. Because like I feel like at Starbucks it makes sense. Like you're supposed to be connecting with the customers,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
like you're not doing literally, you're just doing your own thing. And like
yeah.
Amazon, why can't you just have like an AirPod in?
Exactly.
You know?
No,
That's
yeah. They
ridiculous.
didn't really like like that's like $1 billion company, bro. Like at least
Yeah.
do something. Like what are you gonna do? You know,
Yeah.
And it was just pretty dumb. And like I understand why like there was so many regulations at the time because like barely when it was opening. But like I don't know. I feel like to this day they're still like really
Yeah,
like
still
like
got all
that.
them rules.
Yeah, I'm like to the people who are like that guy who like was in charge of like taking care of me and stuff like that, like or like making sure I don't waste any
Making
company time or anything. Yeah, like looking out for the company time. Like, bro, you work
Yeah.
at Amazon, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like in no time.
What is 15? I mean, I understand it. Like 15 minutes, I get it. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Me and
if
you
you're
are
gonna be so hard
Exactly.
on your workers, they're just gonna
Exactly.
bail on you.
Yeah, like me and you are working the exact same job almost, bro. Like
Yeah.
just watch, like it's just I don't know. I just think it's stupid. Like
It is stupid.
for like not taking care of that stuff, like being at least understandable, like understanding,
Yeah, that's oof. Yeah, no, I get that.
But
oh
yeah,
man,
it was
yeah, Amazon, man. That's
I highly recommend you not to go there.
not to work there.
It was
That's
a
fair,
word.
that's
If you
fair.
ever watched that South Park episode of Amazon, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you watched it.
I haven't.
No,
But you
it's-
told me about it.
Yeah,
you were
it's
saying.
exactly everything about it. Oh my god, like they have it on point. Like I remember watching that episode when like I quit Amazon like throughout the summer, and I just got PTSD, bro. Like all the bad memories.
You're like,
in there.
oh no,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, bro, 10 hours
Dang.
of just doing that overnight too. Like you're just at that point when like you're just like doing your work, you're just daydreaming, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just stop, like
just lose it.
you lose it. Like you're just like that was for me though, and like many of my friends also did that. But like we just like started like daydreaming and like playing like videos in our heads or
Yeah,
like
you
just cracking
yeah.
joke. I remember one time I used to like always like do Vine references to myself.
Yes.
Like while I was doing that, I was like,
Dude,
I was like, free
what else are
Shabaka,
you
dude.
gonna
And I just laughed to myself. My friend's like, you good? I'm like, yeah.
See, a job like that'll make you go
It
insane.
did make it go insane. I hated it.
Yeah, that'll make you literally insane.
By the way, I left during like my lunch break. I didn't even last the whole day. Like,
Good.
Yeah,
I would have
like,
bailed too.
yeah, I left. Like I quit. Like during my lunch break. Like I was just like, yeah, I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
I'm
would have
out.
just walked out of you too. Okay, and I'm done.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oof.
Amazon, never recommend. Don't do it.
Yeah.
If you
that's
want
fair.
to, then I don't know. That's on you, bud.
Yeah.
It's not worth like the money, bro. Like do something that you would rather like have enjoy.
Yeah.
I understand some people like need the money, to like they can survive because like they actually pay like some decent amount of money.
They do. Yeah.
But like to like the point to like work there all your life or 10 years, I don't know, bro. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah. That's. Ew.
You just
Man.
don't really learn nothing. Like at least here in Starbucks, I learned some stuff. Like at least I
Yeah.
know like I don't know, like lattes and
Well,
like
you
coffee.
get like connections.
Yeah, and
here,
I
you
get
know what I'm
connections.
saying?
Yeah, and
Like,
I actually talk to people and learn
Yeah.
people. Like, yeah, build like customer connections. Like, learn about coffee and like
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a macchiato was until I came here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you learn like some stuff. It might not be that important, but like you know some stuff, right? For like the future, and like in Amazon, all you did was just like
pack this box.
hold this, put it there. Hold this, put it there. And like you don't learn nothing. You
Yeah,
generals don't learn
that's
nothing.
just-
The only thing you learn is like you hate your life and you hate this job. And that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. See, that's just not healthy. That's not a good place to work. But I don't know. Oof, man, I'm so glad I never worked at Amazon because there was a point where I almost went there.
No way.
Yeah. Well, so it was it was when I wanted to quit Papa Murphy's.
Yeah.
It was like all this like drama and stuff
Yeah.
going on, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I had already applied to Starbucks one time before, and I didn't get a hear back. So I was like, okay,
Oh,
whatever.
damn.
So I was like, no, I'll just like apply to Amazon. So I applied to all these places. You know, I didn't get a hear back from anybody.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'm just gonna do Starbucks again. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just to see. I got a hear back. I was like,
Oh,
let's go.
baby.
Yeah, I was all excited. I was like, I was so pumped, and
Yeah.
I bailed my job. I was like,
I'm out.
I'm
this-
putting my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure my boss cried. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't
You put
care.
your 2 weeks in?
I did.
I don't,
Well, because so our boss now was like, you should like put in your 2 weeks, just finish up there, and then you can come and work here. And I was like, okay, so I did the right thing, because I
Okay.
mean, like
Yeah.
they gave me my first job. Like as much as like I wish I could just like ha ha ha, I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I better be polite, be good.
Damn,
Like
you're that. That's. I'm
I
proud of
was
you.
like,
Yeah.
well, and I don't want to burn that bridge, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah,
and
true.
they were good people. Like, even though they weren't the best bosses, like
Yeah.
at their core, they were good people.
Okay.
So they just did, cause like they were like some like my old bosses were like on the older side. Like they bought the Papa Murphy's with their retirement
Oh,
fund, like
okay.
thinking, oh, this will be a good investment.
That's cool.
But they in order to do that, they had to pour like so much work and effort into it
Yeah.
that they didn't think they were gonna have to do, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it just like drained them to the point like they eventually sold it. So like
Yeah.
the one over there, it's not even theirs anymore.
Oh, damn.
They
really?
like sold it to like a bigger company or whatever.
Damn, that's crazy.
So yeah, it's
So you're like.
I tried to be polite
That's
and
good,
like
bro.
good.
I'm
yeah.
glad.
Yeah, so
Not me.
okay, but like if I was at a job like that too, I'd
Yeah.
bail too. That's ridiculous.
Like all my past jobs, I just dipped.
yeah.
Is that
oh,
bad?
Wendy's too.
Yes.
Oh, my-
I was like, I told y'all, no, but like I barely worked. I worked like once a week, dude. So
Oh,
like, it
at
wasn't
Wendy's.
that bad.
Oh,
It was
so
like a
it's-
4-hour
yeah.
shift too. Like this
Mhm.
all giving me hours, and I think it was just like a lot of drama and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm out, you know.
Yeah,
and you're
that's what
supposed
I
to
was
like
gonna
turn in
say.
your uniform and everything, and I was just
Oh, I
like,
turned it. I had so many shirts from Papa Murphy's,
Really?
bro. Yeah, and we had like, so they have like the washer and dryer in there for like aprons and stuff.
What?
So
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
so I brought in like all my shirts. I had like 3 black shirts because I was like a supervisor. I
Uh-huh.
brought in all my like 3 red shirts, and they were like the polo ones.
oh,
And then
okay.
we also got all these like just regular t-shirts we could wear during the summer. So I had like a full like load of
Damn.
laundry. I just threw it in there and I was like, peace. I'm done.
You guys can keep
It's
this. I'm out.
do my laundry for me. I'm out of here.
That's
I didn't
cool.
even wash it.
Yeah, I just kept
But-
my apron and my hat and everything, and like
Yeah.
and they called me. They're like, "Can we get it back? Or
You're like, "Ha,
we're gonna
no."
take it off your check." And I was like, "Bro, joke's on you. I got my last check already. I'm out." And like, yeah,
Yeah.
I just didn't look back, and like also Amazon didn't look back, and then
Yeah,
I was-
that's fair.
and then I'm still here. But like, I want this to Starbucks. Starbucks is good. Like,
Yeah, that's a.
yeah, I'll respect it. You know.
I think it's always good to. Yeah, I don't know. It's always best to keep bridges.
Yeah.
But I mean, Amazon, I would have burnt that bridge.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like
screw that.
that is fine. I
Yeah.
do not like. Even if they're the last company on earth, I don't know if I would even work for them. You know, I'd be
No.
like, that's like selling your soul to the devil.
It is. It's really bad. Like I wish they would take care of like because like I wish they would like do better of like taking care of their employees, but they really didn't in some sort of way. Like it's like I worked during Prime Week, bro, and I don't know if you know what Prime Week
like
is.
they like advertise and like it's like
they advertise it and like we sell so much stuff, and I like my first day going in, we sold so much, and I was so busy. And like that was like we went right into like the worst time, like Prime Day, and like
Dang, bro. Oh,
yeah, it was
man.
really busy. And I remember like they did like this whole thing called Prime Week, and like they did like activities and stuff like that, right? For like everyone, like they did like snow cone machines, they did like
Oh.
they gave out free
It's
pizza.
the most random stuff.
Yeah, the thing that sucks though is that was only for the morning crew.
Oh,
And then the night crew, when I come in,
wow.
they left some leftovers for us. They left some
Yeah, some day-old pizza
Yeah, some
at
like
that
day old
point.
pizza, some stuff like that. What the fuck is this?
That-
You know?
yeah, nice.
And the thing they're like, the thing that said when like we first walked, like when we were like doing like the interview and everything, that they're like, we take care of both the night employees and the morning and the
yeah,
day employees.
sure.
Like shut you up, shut
Yeah,
up.
shut
like,
up, shut up.
Like no, you don't. Like, am I
Yeah.
gonna eat this crusty
Yeah,
crusty
crusty
pizza?
pizza.
No,
yeah,
I'm not.
no, I feel you. Oh man.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just a bad time for that. I don't know. I have like better memories at Wendy's and Starbucks and everyone and Amazon.
Yeah,
I just got like, I remember coming back home, man, and like after like a day of like Amazon and like just dreaming about still like doing boxes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like you're still doing it, and it's just so bad, dude. And I still get some dreams about that. That's how bad I got scarred. Like I still get dreams of me just still working there and like just still like doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I had a nightmare the other day that a customer like would come in like while we're closed, you know what I'm saying?
No way.
Yeah, like I had a nightmare, and then the next day after I had that nightmare, like a customer came in because it's been really windy here.
Yes, yeah.
So like the door hasn't like fully shut if you don't like close it all the way, and a customer walked in. And I was like, yeah. I was like, sir, we're actually closed. And he was like, oh, okay, like, can I go through the drive-through? Thinking like he had a car. And I was like, yeah, go right ahead. He didn't have a car. He just walked up, and one of my partners was like, oh, like he doesn't have a car. He's just standing in the drive-through. So I was like, sir, you can't be in the drive-through unless you have a car. Like the Starbucks at King Soopers is open. He's like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh my god.
This
like,
guy, I thought he had a car. He just walks
yeah,
up. He's like, hello.
He's like, I am here.
I'm here to order.
I'm like, no,
sir,
you can't
can you
do
please
that.
get out?
Please leave.
No, yeah, and it's just been really busy with like coronavirus, like in Starbucks.
Oh, it's been super busy.
If you guys didn't know that, since like we're all still open, like some Starbucks are open, but like our Starbucks is
It's popping.
open. Yeah, it's like we're just like one of the Starbucks here in this whole town. So like we're busy all the time.
I'm beat, bro.
All the time. And I remember me and Connor, like that's the week we did a pre-recording, because like we knew something like this might happen, so we just pre-recorded like the thing.
Yeah.
Because like
We should have done another episode.
yeah, we should have done an episode because like the whole week. Just
yeah, that was
like,
a bad
we
week.
just worked every single hour.
I worked
for the whole thing.
44 hours.
Really?
44 hours.
I worked like good like 30 something.
Oh
Like
my
30,
God.
38. No,
And-
something like that.
And like, yeah, like that doesn't like to anyone else that works like a normal like work week. It's like, yeah, I get it. But like, we were kind of thrown into this situation where we had to work.
Yeah.
And like, and most of the time I get 25 to 30 hours, and I'm still doing school.
Yeah.
And then you like just got you just got thrown into it like almost 40-hour work week. It's like you're not used to that. Your body is. My sleep schedule was messed up.
And it wouldn't be bad, you know, if it wasn't busy. Like we were busy.
Oh yeah,
all
that's
the
true.
time. We didn't get like a minute just to like chill out, you
Just
know,
to breathe,
just to
yeah.
like restock everything and like redo everything. We just like it's
It
like
was constant.
consistently, bro.
Yeah.
It's like buy me a drink first, bro. Don't like beat me in the ass,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like at least put like lubricant in my ass. Like you know, like F
Just
me
like
up,
be a
bro.
little polite.
Be a little bit polite.
Please.
No, like they just went straight into it,
I
and like
know.
freaking.
And we were short staffed,
we were
and it was just
short-staffed.
not fun. And
So yeah, to the people that work that you know that feeling, you know.
yeah. It's been a time, and like I don't know. It's tough for me to complain though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's still like a fairly easy job. Like you know, and like customers are usually pretty nice. You know, we get the occasional bad apple,
Yeah.
but like. I don't know. There's nothing you can do about it, you know? It's like you just got to move on from them. But
Exactly. Yeah, usually I don't know.
but the constant busyness is
It's just
draining.
busy all the time, like every single time.
It's just tough to be smiles and happy and
Exactly.
super talkative to every single customer when there's like
and they expect you to be too.
Yeah.
And you're just like
which is fair, but it's like I'm tired.
yeah.
I
We
just
appreciate
can't.
you guys, but we just can't keep being talkative all the time.
Yeah. I just can't do it.
What minute mark are we on?
We're at like half an hour. I just wanted to
Half
check.
an hour?
Yeah, we're at half an hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys are still listening.
Yeah.
Half an hour. in.
Hopefully you guys are still there.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are not
We didn't
bored
put
by
you guys to sleep.
by our conversation. But let's just take a quick turnaround, like some funny moments in like in the
Funny
workplace.
moments.
Yeah, because I got quite a few. I remember like in Wendy's, it wasn't really funny, but I thought it was hilarious. And like freaking, I was just taking out the trash, right?
Oh.
And I was just like, because in Wendy's like we have like a dumpster, right? Like every other like place does, right?
Yeah.
But like ours was like all the way in the back, right? And all in the back of of the store, is like a Walmart, right? And that
Yeah.
Walmart is like in the worst part of like our city.
Yeah,
it's in the ghetto section.
There's at least 2 cops there.
Yes.
Around 11 o'clock
Yes,
every night.
yes,
like,
they have to be. So like, I'm usually supposed to like have a mic, like a headset. I mean, where you can like just talk if like something goes wrong, you know? Because like, you know, there's been like occasions where like people got like, I don't know, like
attacked
and and like robbed and stuff like other times. So I was just like, okay, bet, but I never brought it. I wasn't scared. I was like, bro, I was young, so I'm out here taking out the trash and everything, right? And like I open everything. I'm like doing my thing, bro. I just opened one of the containers, right? And then a guy just pops out of there.
Yeah, you told me this story.
A guy just pops out of the garbage can. I'm like, I got scared. I got startled. I was like what are you doing here?
Sir?
Yeah, I was like, oh, hello. And then he's like, hello. And he's like out here. He's like chewing something. He's like, I was just shocked. I just didn't know what to think of it. You know, didn't know what to say. But he was just like, am I on your way? I'm like, oh no,
you're gonna throw some trash away.
I was like, I mean, you're inside a garbage can, but like no, I could do it the other one. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be on my way. I think he's like getting out of the garbage can and stuff like that. You can tell me like I should have like walked away from the situation because like you don't know the guy and he was like a homeless dude pretty much.
Yeah.
But I just had to do my job, so I just didn't really care. I was like, you know, you do you. If you want to eat trash, you go ahead.
It,
like,
man.
Like I'm just gonna throw this trash away. So I threw it away in the other bin, and I was like, all right, bye. And like I just like leave.
Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, have a good day. And like I was just polite. And like I was just going and stuff like that. And I really didn't think of much, didn't really think much about it, right?
Yeah.
Until like I just like pulled up and like I just go back inside like my Wendy's, and then I told my manager like, oh, there's someone out there eating trash. like I'm just like telling him. He's like, are you for real? And I'm like, yeah. And he thought I was messing around with him first, and then I was like, nah, I'm for real. And then he's like, oh, we have to call the cops. And I was like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, like cops come, but like he was like already long gone, bro.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
And like, I thought it was like a raccoon or something. Like just like he like left a mess and everything. Like the police officer thought like it was a raccoon that was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it was a whole lot.
I talked to him.
Yeah, I talked to everything.
I saw him.
I swear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dang, that's still
it was just funny
crazy.
for me because like that boy was just eating, minding his business, and I'm just out here. And then like this other time, like I was taking out the trash, right? Again, and like my manager came with me this time. It was like another occasion. And like we just like both like want to like get it done, so we both like went to do it fast.
Yeah.
And like there's this car parked outside, right? Like this truck, right? And then like right next to the garbage can, right? And like they're not supposed to be there because it was already like almost like 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And like we already closed down and everything, so I was just like, and then the truck was there for a while, so I pull up and like I'm just throwing out the trash, right? But my manager like goes to check on the car, seeing if like anyone left it there overnight, right? Because like you can't leave the cars overnight because it's not free parking, right?
Yeah.
It's for like Wendy's. Sorry, I had to burp there. But like manager goes check, and like since the truck, he checks the bed, right? And
oh no,
there is like 2 people like
Oh,
cuddling and like in the bed, and there's like a bed. They're both like just like they're like sleeping, like cuddling each other, like, and my manager's like, all right. Yeah, my manager's like, all right, Anthony, go inside. I'm like, all right. And like we both go inside, and I'm like, what the heck happened? And he's like, I just saw 2 people, you know, like just like they're sleeping. And I'm like, oh my god.
Lord.
And I was like, and then he's like, yeah, all right, I gotta call the cops. And then I called the cops, and then like, but before then, my manager told him like, oh, you can't be here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When he told me to go inside, he told me like he already like talked to him, stuff like that, like woke him up. And like I guess they left before the cops got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just funny, bro.
Dang, that's crazy, man.
Like it's just like it was just like that Walmart. God, like we have a really bad reputation.
Yeah,
like,
that
area of the
usually,
town.
Yeah, it's got that stigma.
Yeah,
to it.
and like our Wendy's is not owned by like like it's its own franchise, so it's not owned by like corporation, so like its own franchise. So
Yeah, so
we
a
don't.
certain person owns
Yeah,
it.
so a certain person owns it. So that means like we don't have certain promotions that other people or others Wendy's have. For example, we did not have the 4 for 4, and that was like that's a pretty big deal
Yeah,
for
people lose
many
their
people,
mind, yeah.
many people, especially for the people who are less fortunate to like
Yeah, they
have
need
money and
that
stuff
deal.
like that. Yeah, to need that deal, and like I remember like working at Wendy's, and then people just like coming up and like ordering like the 4 for 4, and they're like hello, welcome to Wendy's, what can I do for you today, you know? And then they're like, hi, can I get a 4 for 4? And I'm like, oh, sorry, sir, we don't
Yeah.
actually participate in that
A
promotion.
4 for 10.
Yeah, yeah, I can. Yeah, I was like, we can just still give you the 4 for 4, but it won't really be $4. And then and then they would be like, they would get all mad.
Yeah, people
They would
get
be
upset
so
about that
pissed
kind of
off
stuff.
because
Yeah.
I didn't get a 4 for 4. They're like, what do you mean a 4 for 4? Aren't you Wendy's? Aren't you stuff like that? And I can't tell you how many times they would be so pissed off, start cussing and everything. I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do?
Yeah,
You know? Hey,
But I can't do it, man.
Let me just pull out this coupon real quick that says exclusive for this
Yeah,
specific
corporate.
customer.
Yeah.
You know, here's this 4 for 4. You know, give me a 4 for 9, but like that's all I can do for you. You know?
Yeah.
And like, we also couldn't take like coupons, like specific coupons, because it wasn't our part of our thing, right? And like I would tell them like, hey, like they would like ask their order, right? The way in their coupon says,
Yeah.
and they would pull up to the window and I was the one usually handling cash, and like because we had 2 windows, one for handling cash and one for like for
Handing
their
out food.
yeah. And then I wasn't the one usually handling cash, and like I just told them, I was like, yeah, we don't accept this. It's like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? And I was like, yeah, we don't accept this coupon, because like I had to give them this whole explanation.
Yeah.
I like being the most politest kid ever.
Yeah.
You know, being like a first grader, like explaining to them all polite. And,
Let
like,
me
all
tell you real
smiling.
quick.
And then all of a sudden they would get so pissed off. They would just be like, you know what, cancel it. I'm like, all right. And they would just
Have a
drive
good
off.
day.
Yeah, drive off of the
Yeah.
drive-through and be all pissed, flip me off, and just like drive off. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, that's where it's like I feel like we talked about this, or you brought up this idea in the first episode, but it's like we should, instead of doing everyone for high schoolers should do community service, everyone should
yeah.
work a customer
I feel
service
like, yeah,
job.
everyone should at least work at customer service.
That should
once
be the
in their life.
requirement.
Yes, like instead of doing community service hours.
The world would be such a greater place.
Do like do freaking fast food, because people don't really understand like how, how like much.
How it sucks.
Yeah, how much it sucks. Yes, like it's actually one of the worst things you can possibly do.
Yeah.
Like just like getting yelled at, you just have to
It's
just like
just-
take it. And
yeah,
just be like,
you just
all
gotta
right,
like, okay.
be professional. You have to be the professional. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I was a junior, bro, in high school, and like
Yeah.
and this freaking middle-aged like woman like out here cussing
Screaming
on me,
at
and I have to
you,
be like
yeah.
the bigger person,
Yep.
And like I would never scream and stuff like that, because I was like really polite back in the day. But like I'm still like that,
Yeah.
but I was just like, that was my first job too, and I didn't want to get fired. I was really
No, I
scared to
feel
get
you.
fired.
I had a scam artist come to my store at Papa Murphy's once.
No way.
Yeah.
Was he
it was
like-
crazy.
Was he like what?
Buckle up for this story, man. This story,
I'm ready.
this shook me to my core. I'd
I'm
never
ready
been
for that.
so pissed in my
He's
life.
like, yeah, try this pyramid scheme.
Yeah. No, so this was I had just gotten promoted to be a supervisor at the store, so I was super excited. It was like one of my first days. I still didn't know how to do like refunds and that kind of stuff, So I'm chilling, like we're doing our job or whatever, and I'm killing it. And then out of the blue, this guy comes up, and I'm like, he comes up to me. He's this tall guy. He's all like, hey, like, and I should not have believed him from the start, but you're supposed to give people the benefit of the doubt, But he's like, so I need a refund for one of my pizzas. And I was like, okay, like what happened to it? And he's like, so I'm like, my family's super deathly allergic to onions, and one of the pizzas you gave us had onions in it, because like, so at Papa Murphy's they had like the stuffed crust, and it's not really stuffed crust, it's like you just expand it, like stretch it out, and then put another crust on top of it, and then braid it across, so it's like pretty much just a giant calzone.
Yeah.
So some of those like pizzas had onions in it, but we couldn't tell once it's like out the door if it has onions on it or not. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry about that, sir. And And I was like, I could get you a refund for that. So I gave him a refund. And those pizzas are expensive. He said he had like 2 of them. So it came out to be like almost $40 or something like that. Yeah, something crazy amount of money we had to give back to this guy. So I gave him this refund, and I was like, and I'll also get those like pizzas remade for you. This is what are you supposed to do? So I get them that remade, and we get that all done, right? This isn't until years later. Right, so I do all that, it's fine, and I didn't even like think about it. Years later, like it had to be 2 years. Like I took a break, I went to school in Nebraska. Like I was gone. I come back. The same guy comes in. He's like, "Hey, like, I need a refund on my pizzas." And so my boss is handling it, and I'm like, I know this guy.
You know this guy.
Yeah, so he's like, he's giving her the whole spiel, and I kind of like, and I'm on the line making pizzas. I'm like, sir, like you've had this issue before, right? I think I helped you the last time you were here. He's like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure, and we've had this, and so my boss is like, all right, I'll be with you in just a second, because we were busy, you know. So he's like, okay, that's fine, like do your thing. So he's like chilling, sitting there, and so I walk to the back, and so does my boss, and I kind of go with her, and I'm like, he's scamming, like you do not give him anything. And she's like, I got you. So we're like, so I'm like just making pizzas or whatever, and he comes up, or she goes to talk to him, and it's like, yeah, so like, do you have your receipt? And he's like, no, I don't have a receipt. Like my ex-wife got it, the same spiel I got. Like I recognize the whole thing,
the whole story.
Yeah, and he's like, and my ex-wife had it, and like I just don't have the receipt anymore, and la da da da. And she's like, okay, well, like let me see what I can do. Literally had this man wait for a solid 10 minutes as she just played on the computer and helped other customers. And she's like, all right, sir, I can help you if you want. He's like, no, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Like, you don't need to help me. And she's like, are you sure? Like, are you sure you don't need any help? He's like, I'm good. Like, I don't need nothing. And then he left, and oh my God, that was the greatest. So there's like this sign now at Papa Murphy's that is like, don't like serve this customer. And oh man, that was my greatest accomplishment in life ever.
Like getting it back. Oh my God.
It went full circle. Like that was the greatest thing. Like I was like, I have never felt like, it's like the whole like revenge is such like a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? And like that moment I got like, I was like, wow, that's the universe working right there. That was a big F you to that guy.
Like, I mean, like that's what he deserves, bro. To like imagine scamming that pizzeria.
Well, because he got 2 free pizzas, and he got like $40 worth, and then if he was gonna do it again because no one recognized him, like it would have been another $40. And how many stores do you think he goes to? You know what I'm saying?
Many. Dang, if it wasn't for you at that moment, then like,
so that's what I was thinking. I was like, imagine if I wasn't working there. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Like he would have like gone away with it. But yeah, so you're welcome, Papa Murphy's. I'm saving you. You're welcome.
$40.
Yeah, still the greatest employee. Don't tell me nothing. Say my name.
Repeat it right now.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
Sorry, we were talking about funny stories, and that kind of popped into my head.
That's good. That's actually pretty funny. Like I actually think like that's cold. You know what I'm saying?
That was one
crazy.
Of my favorite moments at Papa Murphy's. I was like, I never felt like more power. Like that's like the stupidest thing to feel like cool about. Like, but I was like, ooh, suck on that.
Exactly. I got you.
I got you. Yeah, like it was just such a great feeling. It was just like dope. But like, that was just a one-time thing. And then we had like dope customers like we do here at Starbucks. Like the people that always like, I don't know, whenever you see them, you're like, okay, like
they're cool.
They come in and like they give me hope for like the rest of the crappy customers that come in, you know? Like I'm like, okay, I could do this. But because we had this one guy like Leo that came in. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name. No one will know. It's fine. Cool. Who knows that guy?
That's a fake name.
That's a fake name.
Fake name.
You can't track him down. I might bleep it out. We'll see. But so he came in all the time. A super nice guy. Like would just like joke with everybody, and it's just those people that, you know what I'm saying, that like would make me like just happy to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is worth it.
Those people that like actually like talk to you and actually like communicate with you and like make you like feel better.
Care about your job.
Yeah, you know, like they're the best. You know,
Yeah.
like they're my favorite customers. Like the old like African American ladies. Like they're so nice, bro. Like you ever like did
That
you
got
ever
so
get them?
specific.
You never got them, bro. The ones
No.
that say, "Oh, it's okay, honey," and like all that stuff. Like they're so sweet. Oh my gosh, dude. Like it was just like this. Like there's one lady in Wendy's, and like I remember I messed up like one of her orders, and that felt so bad, you know.
Yeah.
Because it was really like we were talking and everything, and like I messed up. It wasn't
Yeah.
one of like the workers. It was me who messed up. And like I was like, oh, I'm so sorry and stuff like that. Like let me get you refund and stuff like that. Let me do. It's like it was more complicated here in Starbucks and just like making a drink. You have to make like a whole meal, and she's like, oh, you're okay, honey. You know, like it's like.
Well, you know, if that
it's
was
like-
an old white lady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it was like different, you know what I'm saying? Like they would be like, like you messed up everything, you know, like all mad and everything. But like they're like she was so nice, like it's okay, you know. It's like, and she was just giving me a story about how she used to work back in the day.
Oh,
and, like
that's
she had stuff
dope.
like that. Yeah, and she
That's
was so
wholesome.
nice and like
That's awesome.
like she took she made me feel so much better.
Yeah,
and, like,
I
I
bet.
wish so
Oh,
many
that's so
customers
great.
like do that. And like yeah,
Yeah.
like I said before, like proven, you know, like that. You know, she also worked at like fast food,
Yeah.
so like she was like she
that understands
understood.
it.
And she was like she was
Mistakes happen.
like pretty like 40, 50 years old, and she was
Yeah.
really nice. And like she told me like she had like how is it, like sons and daughters who like worked there. I don't know if it was like a son or a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Like one of
but
like her
someone-
not siblings, freaking
relatives.
relatives, yeah, that
Yeah.
worked there. I like that worked in fast food, and like they told her all their stories, you know.
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
horror stories. Yeah.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
she was really kind,
man.
and like the shout out to those ladies, bro.
Shout out to the real ones.
to the real ones, bro. And,
Yeah.
like, there's still like some like
Yeah.
to the people who do that.
My grandma, you know, if she gets something messed up, she ain't gonna. She will bring down the law. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, get in the ground.
She's like, this is my Second Amendment right to shoot you. like, okay, miss, you need to chill.
She's like, man, it's like, I'm sorry for I'm mistaking your McChicken for McRib. It's like, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
my grandma like just goes in, and I like, oh my god, like, and I hate like. Sorry, this is a little side tangent, but like, there was one time she invited me to like lunch or something like that, and she's like, let's go to a Mexican restaurant. As we're going to this Mexican restaurant, she's like saying all these like slurs and like talking all this politics that are just like clear racism. I'm like, Grandma, please shut your mouth when we get to this into the restaurant, or like you are gonna get whooped. like Jesus
Grandma's
Christ. I was pissed. Like she didn't want to leave a tip. I pulled out my own wallet and like left a
that's
tip
so-
because
that's so nice.
because I was like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
You know, like and she's like, it was a terrible waiter. I was like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
Like I was pissed.
No,
and
yeah.
it's like I'm so sorry to all those people out there that had to deal with my grandma.
To like all the older ladies too, like that, like
Yeah.
get pissed
They're
off.
either it's one extreme or the other.
Exactly.
They're like the nicest lady ever, or they're gonna
There's no-
chomp your head off,
there's no
and you're
in-between.
like, okay,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I'm sorry you're having such a bad day.
Yeah,
How are you
yeah.
taking this on me?
Yeah, it's like what do you want me to do?
Exactly.
Like I can't do nothing.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's those good customers
Yeah.
that really like turn it around and like it's okay.
You guys also like bring into like reverse type stuff, because like also like when you order some food and stuff like that, you also get like those people that like are like have to fake being happy when they're working. For example, like when I go
yeah.
to Chick-fil-A, like
See, that's
like those people have to fake being happy.
my pleasure.
And yeah, my pleasure. Oh, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I remember one time like ordering just like some food and stuff like that, and like they're just like, you know, doing like the normal stuff and stuff like that, but like giving me such an attitude, right? But like
Yeah.
me just asking like some questions, like, cause like I don't know, like I just wanted to like ask some like stupid questions, like
Like,
oh, does the deluxe come with cheese or something like that?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it comes with cheese and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
just,
for
like,
asking.
stupid- yeah.
Yeah, and like,
Where you almost feel better.
yeah, I feel bad for asking. And then like, they always like go like, my pleasure. And I'm just like, bro, if you want to be mean to me, be mean to me. You don't have to pretend like being all happy and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like for
I know.
example, like bro, if I'm mean, bro, I'll be mean, bro.
Yeah, if
Like,
I had my own business, I would totally do that. Like
Exactly,
maybe
like,
like my
bro.
business would only last 2 weeks, but like come
just
on.
at least like not like don't fake
I
it,
feel-
bro.
Yeah, just be real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like when they say the exact same stuff over and over again,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, bro, like communicate with them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit hypocritical for me saying this because like I also do that when like I'm tired, when I'm out
Yeah.
drive-through and stuff like that and working in Starbucks. I'm just like usually say like the same things over like all the time.
Yeah,
like, oh,
we're
hello, welcome
just
to
like-
Starbucks. Blah, blah, blah. You know,
Yeah.
like the same thing and like always saying like the exact same thing. But like those freaking people who have to like fake being happy, you know, like
Yeah.
you can tell like
Yeah, like that's when like everyone's like, oh yeah, like I love that, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
that kind of customer service, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever you say, like
Yeah.
I think that's terrible. I
Yeah.
like that is not customer service to
Yeah.
me, you know what I'm saying, like that is so fake, you know.
You know, that's why I like going to Popeyes. You know, they're so rude, but like I
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
rudeness.
you're
Yeah.
real. I
Yeah,
like you.
exactly.
My
Like-
favorite experience at Chick-fil-A, I ran up and like this girl, like she had just been freshly hired, you know what I'm saying? Because like she probably like got fired, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, because I could just like, she just didn't have that same
like the like robot type.
yeah,
voice,
yeah, but she was just real with me. She's all
Yeah.
like, you need a straw? And I was like, yeah.
it's like, bro, yeah, that was like, what you need, bro?
Yeah, and she was just so
Yeah.
direct. I was
And
like,
that's-
this has been my favorite time at Chick-fil-A.
No, yeah, and I feel like I also do that all the time. Like I use my vernacular.
Yeah.
I use my vernacular a lot during like
Yeah.
drive-through when like people are ordering. and they're like, oh, you got this? I'm like, yeah, I got this. Like I got this stuff, bruh. And like I say, bruh, or like
Yeah,
or
you're
do
just
you
like-
want that hot or hot or ice and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or like, do you want this or nah? And then
And
like
you're just like, all right.
and then yeah, and I just use my own vernacular and I just use it like my own way, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, for sure, I'll see you at
Yeah.
the window, you know.
Yeah.
And like I just use my own thing
It just feels real.
Yeah.
I don't know, to me.
rather than
I'm
just
like,
using like a written line, just being like, oh yes, no, my pleasure.
Yeah. It's,
I hate people who use my pleasure.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to use it, bro. I don't
I know.
like. I don't care if you don't.
well, and
use
some
my
of the
pleasure.
workers here say it, and I'm like, if you say that one,
I know. I was like, what do you think this is
I'm gonna
Chick-fil-A?
take your I'm gonna take your headset away,
No,
bro.
yeah, my pleasure. Like, is it really your pleasure? Like,
Yeah.
you're just forced to say it,
Yeah,
bro.
bro, you're getting paid to be here.
Yeah,
It's not your
exactly.
pleasure.
And like when like my like in Popeyes, dude, and I had to get like when like the chicken sandwich burger came out, I remember going to the lobby and ordering with some of my friends. And like my friends got the chicken sandwich first, right?
Mhm.
And like for some reason they forgot completely about my order, right? So like eventually like I pulled up and then like I was just because they had to call out numbers.
Yeah.
And like 30 minutes went by, right? And I was just like, and I saw this other person receive a chicken sandwich
After
before
they had
me, yeah, even
ordered,
after they
yeah.
ordered. So I just go up and was like, hey, I don't know if you guys like still like have my order. And it's like, all right, what number was it? And I was like, oh, 54. And they're like, oh, we sent that number. And I was like, oh, no, you guys didn't, but okay, cause I would have heard it because I'm hungry, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we said it. And I was like, all right, bro, you said it. All right,
you
bro.
said it. Can I get it,
Yeah,
though?
can I get it? Like, yeah, we'll get it right now. I was like, all right, bet. And then like we were both like rude to each other, but we were just like cool, you know?
Yeah.
And like I understand they were like really busy and like I was just really hungry and we were just both
Yeah.
like we were chill. And then eventually I got it, right? And like once like I was about to receive the bag, this was a manager, by the way. Like she dropped it on the floor by accident. I'm thinking it was like on purpose, but she dropped it. It wasn't like a paper bag, so she dropped it. And then like she's like, oh, here you go.
Eat it, pig.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what?
I will eat it.
I am gonna eat it. You know, you got some black and ranch. And she's like, yeah, how much you want? And I was like, bro, as much as you can give me. And then she's like, all right, bet. And then she just like grabs a handful and just freaking throws it on the table.
And that was the realest, greatest
Exactly.
experience of my life.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, thank you so much. She's like, yeah, have yourself a good one. And then like I just left. And I just waited an hour, but like it was a good time, you know.
man.
Like I don't really care if you're rude to me, you know.
Yeah, just treat
like,
me like a
yeah,
person.
exactly.
Like if I'm being annoying, I get it. If you're
Yeah.
busy, like treat me like
I
you're
get it,
busy.
bro,
I
yeah.
get it.
Exactly, I
That
understand.
is fine. I'm gonna still try and make you laugh and try to like
Exactly.
uplift you a little bit. But like, yeah, if you want to treat me like shit, treat me like shit.
bro. Like, don't
But
be
give me
that
a good
fake
ass
that-
sandwich.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it tastes like shit,
yeah,
like
exactly. I feel like the people who like are like the most nicest, like their food's the worst, you know.
yeah, I know. I'm
Like,
like,
it's just.
ugh.
Yeah, I remember like this new Popeyes open, bro, and like they're like polite as heck.
And you're like,
I was like, what
this
kind
is
of,
wrong.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of experience is this?
They trained you wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what kind of thing is this? And like, I got this chicken sandwich. I was like, oh, at least I got my chicken sandwich
You're like,
fast
it
and
tastes
good.
bad.
It
Oh.
tasted so bad. It tasted like rubber. They didn't even cook it like completely, and I was so pissed off.
man.
And I was just like, bro, how can you be nice but not give me a good like sandwich, bro?
Oh,
I
man.
hate you.
I hate you.
But yeah,
good.
I just want to say, like, if you're in fast food, you know, like,
You're a legend.
You're a
You're a
legend,
real one.
yeah.
Keep on keeping on, especially through this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be going through the drive-through, but you can come through ours.
exactly. If you guys are gonna
Like, I got your back.
exactly, I highly recommend you guys to, like, you know, just chill out for a bit. You
Yeah.
know, like, take some time for yourself. You know,
Yeah.
don't be too much focused on work. You know, like use
Yeah.
use your own vernacular if you had to.
Yeah.
Like, have some fun at work. You know,
Yeah,
like, usually
that's true.
I catch myself like having a little bit of fun at work.
Every once in a while.
I'm out here. Like, I remember like that one day when I tried to swat a fly and and I ended up making
Oh,
a bigger
Lord.
mess. I ended up like dropping something,
Oh,
making a bigger
Lord.
mess. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, Connor was there when he saw me. Like, I made a mess.
I went on my 30. I didn't care.
You're like, you just looked at me.
I'm taking my lunch.
I broke something, and Connor just looked at me, and he's like, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, I'm on my 30. I was like, okay.
I need food.
Yeah. No,
But that is the end of the hour, man.
Is it?
That's
Oh,
the end of the
wow.
hour.
No way.
Yeah, we made it.
we did make it. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Good times. Good
Yeah.
times. All right, guys.
Time for the next
well,
one. Wait. Oh. Yeah, we gotta end this one
You
first.
gotta
Yeah,
end this one. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. We greatly appreciate it. You know, it was something quite good. You know,
this was fun.
this
To
was
kinda
fun.
Talk about
I liked
work.
it. You know,
Felt real.
Yeah, and like I feel like in some sort of ways you guys can like relate to this.
Y'all know the struggle.
And I feel like that's like our point of this podcast. You know, like so you guys can like relate to us and like actually get those experience. You know, like and like at least like see us as like a big brother and like telling you what to do in this sorts of situations.
Yeah, you
and like
tell that customer to.
you tell this customer to back off. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are still here listening to us. If you're not, then okay.
Yeah, that's
understand.
fine.
Yeah.
The last thing I gotta say is if you see my grandma in the drive-thru, like, don't take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it personal.
Avoid my grandma.
She's 80 years old.
All she needs is some weed and she'd be happy, but it's okay.
Alright, guys. Well, thank you guys so much
Thanks
for
for
listening.
listening. Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. You'll hear us in the next one.
We'll hear us in the next one. Alright, guys. This
Take
is
it
your
easy.
co-host Anthony.
This is your co-host Connor.
And then we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for
Take it
listening
easy.
to this podcast. 52518.
Oh, you got it. Bye,
Peace out,
guys.
guys.